time to abandon ship.
Oh no!
Here we go!
Can I persuade you to join us for a drink? It's a tradition.
Here, here.
Jar Jar, homie, my main man, quickly. Before the Separatists attack, get into the escape pod.
Hey! This is escape, then we're the pod.
Welcome back to Star Wars Escape Pod and another special episode. We've got our good friend Kyle on this week and Alex of ALKY Solutions. Got our good friend Dan and myself and Blake in the Escape Pod, and we are chatting all about lightsabers, ALKY Solutions, and lightsaber lore, so much more. So if that's right up your alley, we're going to dive right in. Stay tuned.
Another happy landing.
Well, hello there, Blake.
Hello there. Another exciting day at the podcast. Ready to talk some lightsabers?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We've got our good friend Dan on. Hello, Dan.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. And with us is a special guest this week, Kyle. Welcome back, sir. You've been on before.
Hello, I have. Thank you very much. Love being here.
Always great having you. And for those people who might be listening who recognize Kyle's voice, it is because Kyle has joined us a number of times when we were talking about Ahsoka and looking back on Ahsoka. It's been a number of weeks now, I guess, since that's been over. Not too far down the road though, and
It's still crazy to think about.
Yeah, not too far.
Yeah, it's still crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's 8 weeks of Star Wars again. Just another show and another 2 months.
I feel like that was the show I was looking forward
Yeah.
to for so long, almost like back when they were doing movie releases. The fact that it's gone past now.
Absolutely, yeah. And with us,
That's so true.
our other guest today is Alex. Welcome, Alex.
Hi,
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good,
Glad to
awesome.
be here.
Glad to have you. I've got one question for you just to kick things off, and then we'll kind of move on to you, Kyle. But Alex, I'm just curious because Alex, I don't know you at all. I know Kyle a bit, but how did you become a Star Wars fan, or if you are a Star Wars? I don't even know. Are you a Star Wars fan?
That's a very good question. I am, but I wouldn't say I'm a hardcore fan like Kyle and you guys.
Just hardcore
there's a
enough
lot of
to
things
have a
I
lightsaber
like.
company.
Yeah.
Very true.
Cool. Kyle, maybe between you and Alex, feel free to answer these questions, however you like. But just one for the room, get things started. What is ALKY Solutions? A lot of people might be wondering. We've thrown around the company name before, and we've brought it up in the past. So now's the moment, the highlight.
All right. So how we came up with ALKY Solutions is there's Alex and Kyle that run it. So ALKY. That's where the ALKY actually came from.
Oh,
And
that makes so much
we
sense. I
started
did
the
not put
company-
that together.
I
had no idea either. It's so simple.
Everybody just thinks we really like to party.
Well, that too.
Well, that is true too. We can't say that we don't. I mean, when you got lightsabers, they're great for going out to shows. But so yeah, that's kind of where it started, or that's where the name came from. And how we started was when we first started dating years ago. We talked about, hey, we want to start a company together, but we didn't really know where to go with it and anything like that. And we actually started with small animal homes, and like ones for like little tiny baby tarantulas and stuff. But we just kind of never, it didn't really excite us, And so I was working at Harley selling bikes, and I turned out I'm a really good salesman. So we talked again, like, what should we get into? And I'm like, well, I love Star Wars. And she's like, okay. And I go in, and I would love to sell lightsabers because I would love one. So if I would love one, I'm sure other people would love to have one. So she's like, this is the best part. She goes, are you serious? Are people going to buy lightsabers? And I'm like, you have no idea, honey. So that's, yeah. But so anyway, she said, all right, well, let's, kind of give it a shot. And we ended up finding a company, a manufacturer. And this was our first kind of dipping our toes in. And we bought like a couple of boxes of lightsabers pre-manufactured. And I just went out in a field out by my house and lit them up, had me and my kids there, and people just flocked to the table and we sold some.
That's crazy.
And we were like, okay, there's something to this.
The first stand was like essentially a lemonade stand selling lightsabers.
Yeah, literally in the there's a Catholic school up the road from me, and it was right in their track and field place.
That's awesome.
I just set up the table.
Really shows you there's demand out there.
Oh yeah,
it really does.
You sent a photo at one point in our Discord with all the lightsabers that you sold the day before that convention in the hotel.
Oh yeah,
and I was blown away. I was like,
okay, now this is where we're at.
Yeah, the demand for lightsabers though, like what you're saying in the park. I mean, just random walker buyers. Like it's there's no argument about that. It is the coolest fantasy weapon ever invented.
Oh yeah. George definitely is printed money, copyrighting that.
He didn't realize at the time what a big thing it was going to be.
It's just a laser sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a laser sword. We're gonna make this out of a light post from a flash from a 1950s camera. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. George
I can't
knew,
believe that stuff.
George knew when he sold the company to Disney. He's like, yeah, Bob, you're gonna sell $4 billion in lightsabers in the first year. So I want $4 billion. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so from there, we kind of and me having worked at Harley Davidson and being an exceptional salesman there, Harleys are the best of the best of the best. So for me, I just heard myself echo for a second, but for me, I was like, I want to become the best in lightsabers. So we really, Alex and I, kind of hit the ground running with this. We looked everywhere, and we found a company called LGT in the beginning, and we had their sabers. They're really nice sabers. We still use them as a company, and everything like that. But we found out that every other lightsaber company in Canada is selling these LGT lightsabers. Mm-hmm. And they're fantastic saber, fantastic technology. You know what I mean? I can't knock them. It's a good technology. But I'm like, well, how do we take the next step here? So we went and we talked to every manufacturer that's out there that does lightsabers. And now I get to pick the best from every company that's out there. And I'm the only one in Canada that can do that, where I get the best from this company here and that company there and this company there. And I can have the nicest looking ones with the best technologies and stuff like that. And we did that in 2 years. We are literally coming up on our second year kind of anniversary for doing lightsabers. And in that time, stars have now gotten lightsabers from us. I just shipped off Ming's lightsaber to her.
Oh yeah, Ming-Na Wen.
She's going to be good.
Fennec Shand actress.
Yeah. So she's a lovely woman. But she wanted me to do a custom piece on a Princess Leia. So I actually did the custom work myself for that one. So yeah, it's just, we went from literally selling in a field and having this with just one manufacturer to now I have a guy that if you want to have one made out of platinum and gold with diamond buttons, I can now have that made for you, and you can design it.
That's amazing.
In 2 years. That's where I took this.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's a crazy amount of growth. 2 years from starting in the fields where you're at now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. That's huge growth. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how? Because I'm just curious. How are you guys the only? Is it the scale of the company that makes it more manageable to be able to sort of pick and choose these different manufacturer types and whatnot? Like, how does
You
that?
just have like such an eye for quality?
You have to understand I'm a really good negotiator.
Yeah.
And I'm really good at talking with people and other salespeople. I mean, I was British Columbia's top Harley Davidson motorcycle salesman for a while. Okay. So when you're selling to people like that and everything, you learn a way to be able to talk to people that are in these positions where I need something from you, but I'm also you're going to benefit from working with me more so than you'd benefit from working with somebody else. And here's the reasons why.
So the art
and
of
I
the
go
deal.
through all that. And exactly.
Yeah.
It basically is. And now we're at the point that there are companies that are contacting us being like, hey, I want you to try our stuff.
That's awesome.
So
That's the place to be right there.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it
is pretty cool.
You got the good quality control, you got the customer service down, you got everything in a good spot.
Yeah.
I think you'd mentioned that you also hand inspect every saber. Is that right?
I do personally. Like every single one that goes out, I hand inspect. I make sure that it's charged at, like I do this all myself. And here's what's really cool. What you said about customer service. If you have any questions about your saber, you don't contact somebody else. You actually contact me, the owner, and I will help you. Like right after we're done this call, I'm going to be jumping into a video chat because a gentleman has a problem with his speaker. Now, 99 times out of 100, it's because he's muted it and he does not know how to unmute it. So I jump into video chats and I'll help people, and I do it, all times of the day and night, whatever. If somebody has a problem, I'll give them a hand. That's another side that really separates us from everybody else.
It's just that grassroots fandom company. You get that absolute personal touch. Makes such a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I do want to say this though. We would never have been able to get to where we're at if it wasn't for Alex. And like I may be, really good at sales and understanding lightsabers, but if it wasn't for her behind the scenes she set up our website. The website that we have, she made it herself. This is how we keep all of our prices down too. We do everything ourselves. So she made the entire website. She did all of our online shopping areas. She's done all of those things. And she's an accountant. I mean, she does all of the money. When we travel across Canada, she sets up the hotels. She does this. So if there wasn't her behind this, there's no way that this wouldn't be able to have happened. So it's a team effort, and it really does make ALKY Solutions something that is different from everybody else, but literally second to none.
I also think it helps that you obviously care, like as a fan yourself, you care about the fandom and you want them to have a good experience, and like that love comes across your product.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, my favorite is when I get videos back from the customers, and it's exactly like the first time I turned on, like especially when they get a pixelated lightsaber. If they want to battle and stuff, that's fine. But for me, I'm a lover of the pixelers. And when the first time I turned one on, and it did that thing, and it comes out, I was like, oh my God, I'm a freaking Jedi, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, right? Like I felt that. So for me to feel that and understand that when I see a customer light one up and all of a sudden you can see it in their eyes, you can see it, that they become the Sith or the Jedi that they've always seen in their head, that they've always been. All of a sudden now they're them. So for me, I love that. I love that.
That's so cool. And it's just finally being able to get to that point where a lot of people probably started buying the old balloon on a flashlight sabers from the 70s. And now we're at the point where the technology is finally catching up.
Oh yeah, they're so realistic now. Yeah.
You did mention briefly on the different types of sabers. I wonder if we should maybe explain that to the audience.
Yeah.
Sure. No, actually, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so there's the two major differences between sabers. There's ones that you kind of show off with and ones that you want to fight with. Okay. Now, actually there's three. And then there's the ones that you can't fight with, and they don't really look good for showing off and everything. So that's like the level that I'll start with. We don't touch that level. That level is mostly like Walmart, something like that, where even the tube itself, you can see that there's like a clear plastic tube with a lit tube inside. When it comes to those, I don't really know too much about those. All I know is that if you tap them, they're pretty much broken. So it's like a Walmart sort of style of lightsaber.
Like Revenge of the Sith came out like a while back.
Those flick out ones.
Yeah,
they have like a flashlight inside of them, essentially.
Well, there's the ones that are telescopic, okay, and those are the flick out ones. But then there's also these ones that you'll still see every once in a while. Like I saw a couple kids run around Halloween with them this year, and it's the one where the tube on the blade is clear, and then there's like a secondary tube inside that lights up, and that one there is like that's what I call the Walmart brand. Yeah,
gotcha.
Now. Here's the thing. I think the Disney ones a year ago were like that, and they upgraded their blades to a better looking blade now. When it comes to Disney blades, they cannot connect to any other lightsaber. It's their brand, their blade. Like I have people ask me, can I put my blades into their Disney saber? I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. So what RGB is RGB is basically like a flashlight with however many LED lights that are inside. The more that lights that are inside, the be. The red, the green, and the blue are always going to be the most predominant colors that come out of it. It's just like the TVs back in, the 80s when you'd sit there and you'd stare at it and you'd see the little red, green, the blue things, right. And that makes all the colors. Well, that's how the colors are made in those things. When it comes to the blade is a polycarbonate tube with cellophane on the inside that helps the light travel up the blade to make it more uniform. And it's just like fiber optics. That's basically how that works. That's why you can fight with those, because there's no technology in the blade. So if you ding the blade up, you buy another one. It's like $20. And most of the time, when you get the ones like from the Walmart, you'll get like one LED in it. The ones that we have 5. Okay, so they're exceptionally bright.
And now we're here at the Hasbro section talking with Chris Rife here about the Star Wars, the Black Series lightsaber collection. These just look fantastic. I want to know the details, how these things work, what's going on here. Chris, what can you show us?
All right, well, so this is our Obi-Wan Kenobi FX Elite lightsaber from the new series. These things are just amazing. They're packed with tech. They've got, well, I'll turn it on here. We've got progressive ignition blades. So all the great sound effects. It's got all the sounds from the show, all the different unique things. It's a little loud and hard to hear in here, but like it's got all the noises.
Oh, Hasbro kicked me out of their station in San Diego Comic-Con. I went in there with my Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I picked up theirs, and I'm taking photos and everything, like just comparing, right?
Yeah.
One of the workers comes over and he's like, "Oh, that's a really nice saber. Did you make it?" And I'm like, "Well, I didn't make it, but it's my company owns this one." And he goes, "Oh, you got to get out of here."
Security.
Mine was shooting rainbows. Yeah, dude. I had a rainbow blade setting, and his was like blue.
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm sorry, man."
That's awesome.
Oh my. Yeah, dude.
So that's RGB. That's so a lot of people might call those ones that you're talking about with just the light in the hilt rather than an LED strip going up the blade. That's what some people would refer to as like a stunt saber.
Dueling saber.
Yeah. Those also are offered without sort of like the speakers and sound effects stuff too, right?
So there is a lot of the times that you're going to find a lightsaber out there for like $100 on Amazon. Amazon is the worst. Don't buy a saber off of Amazon. I see them come through all the time, and I've never seen a good one. When it comes to the Amazon ones, you're going to spend like $100, okay? It's going to have no sound, one color, basic hilt, okay? For our $99 one, our Youngling setting, you get 11 colors, 3 sounds, and you can choose between black and silver and gray and blue now for your hilt color. For our tech is already better. Our price is at the same price as some craptastic one-off of Amazon. So we will net, like, even that's our lowest end one, and we will always have the best tech that we can get in there for prices that other people can't even do it for.
That's sweet.
We even give out free boxes and everything.
That's excellent information for anyone who's just about to pull the trigger on one of those cheap Amazon ones. Yeah, I mean, not worth it. So, a lot of
let's move over to Pixel.
Oh yeah. I was just about to say actually, that with Pixel sabers because that's sort of like the big one that a lot of people when they look at these excellent lightsabers that like the rainbow one that you were talking about just now. Is it Xenopixel? Is that what they're normally called?
Well, they call them Pixel. Okay, Xenopixel is the like the ones. Yeah, Xeno would be a specific design, and that design is done by that Chinese company from LGT.
Okay.
So they're the ones that actually created it, and the reason why they created this. Now, all the companies now. There's a board out there called the Profi board. Okay, and then there's also one called Golden Harvest. Now, these are pixelated systems. Okay. When it comes to Golden Harvest, that is now supposedly the top of the line, but it's exceptionally difficult to add fonts, remove fonts, do stuff like that. So the ease of use makes that one kind of suck. So now there's Profi. Now Profi is also American made. We sell Profi boards, so we can put a Profi board into your lightsaber. Okay, and we have no problem doing that. I do that for people all the time. Profi's a really amazing system, but Xenopixel and SN4 Pixel were made specifically to kind of give people a cheaper option, but with the same quality as what a Profi can give. So Profi's American made, so it's going to be way more expensive. It always is. Now, again, we can sell that board. But we have boards that are produced that work just as good, but for a lower price. So I can find a hilt from over here and give you that hilt. And then I can put this more cost-effective technology inside of it and save you, $300 sometimes, $400 in just because of the technology. So that is one of the reasons, like all of the stars that have gotten lightsabers from us so far have gotten the SNV4 technology. Okay. So that's Pixel. Now, how it would normally start for Pixel, it would be Pixel. Then it would go to NeoPixel. Then it goes over to basically, Profi came first, but Profi, Xenopixel, and SNPixel would basically be in the same area, except for what makes Xenopixel and SN4 Pixel better than Profi, even though they do all the same stuff. Xeno and SN are Bluetooth capable. So there's an app you can get on your phone. You can change everything right through your lightsaber, right through that. And then there's Golden Harvest, which is you need to have a computer. You basically have to be somebody that's really great with computers to work on that SD card. It's hard. But so there's the Pixel.
So with those ones though, with the SD card, the Golden Harvest ones, is there more flexibility with being able to sort of create your own sound package in a way?
Maybe you can code it or something.
Yeah, you can like.
Oh no! All of them are the same. Literally, my buddy put in to his got from us. He's the guy that runs C3 cosplay group out of Calgary or out of Edmonton. He's an awesome guy. So his name's Dave, and so he actually put into his what is it? The Evil Dead. So when his lightsaber starts up, it's like brum, 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 right? And then as he swings it starts going like "Hail to the King, baby." So you can add whatever you want, and he did that with the SNV4 Pixel.
Is that's the advantage to it then?
That's definitely the advantage to the pixelated lightsabers. You can change all that stuff. That doesn't matter. But when it comes to like the ease of use, it's way easier to change it on the SNV4 first. Then it would be like Profi and Xenopixel and then Golden Harvest. So the ease of use and everything, that's why I choose to tell people about the SNV4 Pixel. It's the easiest one that I've seen to change the fonts.
Awesome. So lots of different versions, different types of tech, in these sabers. A lot of people, you know, they certainly have their favorite characters in Star Wars. So what kind of character lightsabers are offered on top of all these different unique designs as well? Like, you know, some more casual fans might be in the market for a very recognizable lightsaber. So what are some of the characters you got in stock?
Ooh. Oh, okay. Hold on here. Give me a second, because we have a lot, man. So 1 sec, okay?
I think in the Ahsoka show, I think
not...
you mentioned Balin Skull. He was one of the next ones that you guys are getting in, and Shin Hati.
Yep.
Yeah, those are two of the more recent ones.
So we have those now. That is awesome. Yeah, because we do have those available now. But just right off the bat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. We have 26 replica series sabers. 27 that are right off the bat ready and available.
Wow. That's a lot. It's more than Disney.
You know what? That's another reason why people come to us. I just had a guy today write an extremely lengthy email, and he really wants to get a Kyle Katarn, and we're the only people that have that.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't believe that you have this. And I go, that's because my name's Kyle. I had to. So
that's a good point, though. That's a very obscure lightsaber, because Kyle Katarn
comes from, you know, that.
Yeah, there's a character that was really big in the EU through the 90s, but then just kind of disappeared.
Dark Forces.
Thank you.
Dark Forces, right.
Oh, that's the one. There you go. But yeah, well, you know, I do. If the name's Kyle, I gotta have it.
Was that the video game that had the live action cutscenes filmed for the game? I think that was the one. Dan, maybe you played it. Did you
All
play
I
it?
remember is that
I don't think so. Maybe the later
There was one that was on there was a PC one that was just like full motion video. It was like Rebel something. But yeah, the Dark Forces had CG cinematics.
Got it. Maybe it's a fan film that I'm thinking of then.
Yeah, the original Dark Forces was kind of like Doom, where it was like fake 3D.
I thought at one point I'm pretty sure there was a video game that
Yeah.
did like live action.
Rebel Assault, I think, was the game.
So like what you're just saying with the Kyle Katarn lightsaber. So like what's the process like when a new saber hits the market? Like is it difficult to, you know, keep up with the demand for a fan favorite character like that, or like how do you guys sort of juggle that when a new lightsaber starts hitting the shelf?
Oh wow, okay, so that's actually a really good question. So it turns out that for the most part, when a brand new one comes out, it's because we are still like very, very small, and we are still only 2 years old. It's a little bit harder for us to get our message out there to the people, being like, hey, look, we have this one. Nobody else does. We have it. And it's so how do I put this? So it's just hard for us to get the message out there. And it takes a little bit for people to get a hit. But as soon as it starts to get a hit, I told my friend. I told my other friend. Most of our sales are done through that method, word of mouth. And I've sold around the planet just on word of mouth. So we do a couple of sales or ads, I should say, on Facebook. But we'll only be like, hey, just for Vancouver or just for, you know, Edmonton when we're going to go to Edmonton. We don't really send out these big elaborate ads because they cost a lot of money. Well, if they cost a lot of money, then I'd have to put that over to my customer, and I don't want to do that. So we're like that hidden gem that people find. And when they do find us, they'll tell their friends, and their friends tell friends. That's the one that I love, because they're like, oh, my friend got a lightsaber from you, and I love it. Can I get one too? That they find us, I should say. That's my favorite part.
You're the sacred Kyber crystal that everyone's been searching for.
That's right.
Thrill of the hunt.
That's right, man. That's right.
I'm curious when to kind of piggyback on that previous question. When a new saber is seen on screen, like we just went through with Ahsoka, like is it quite difficult to then try to line up new manufacturing for that product? Is that often a challenge?
Well, not for us. That's why we're able to get it out a little bit faster than other people. And the reason being is because of the fact that we do have so many manufacturing plants that want to work with us. So as soon as I see one, I can say, hey, look, I want this one. Please make this. I want to see what it looks like. I can have that done a lot faster than most other people. Every once in a while, they'll be like, hey, look, we're going to do this one. I'm like, great, I want to see it. Okay, but we also have, like, let's say you design a lightsaber. I can have 100 of those made up within, a couple of months. You design it, dude. You draw it up. You make it. Put it in a computer. Make it 3D. Let me see the whole thing or whatever, right? I don't care if it's a piece of paper or drawn on a napkin. And just tell me, like, that's how ours work.
That's super cool. So you just have complete freedom.
It's not like
to just make anything you want.
Yeah, like everybody else is like, here's a cookie cutter set of pieces, and you can make whatever, but there's only how many different combinations you're gonna make. Mine is what do you see in your brain that's telling you this is the lightsaber that makes me the Jedi or the Sith or the gray force wielder that I am?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we give to the fan. That's how that works. Thank you.
I think you guys are likely the first
I love
company
doing
to
it.
have like that level of customizability where literally every part of the lightsaber. It's like you're making your own saber from scratch, but it's being fabricated for you.
That's exactly what it is. Like all these other places have that, oh, let's feel like you're designing your lightsaber. Like even in the video game Survivor, you make your own lightsaber, but you're still working from cookie cutter pieces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I thought I was going to design my own lightsaber in it. I'm like, freaking awesome. But no, it's still the same thing as all the other companies.
It kind of makes me sad that I feel like when we see characters in the Star Wars universe that are also just picking from a catalog of parts. I mean, look at in Ahsoka, Ezra was trying to build a new saber and he was looking for a part that his master had. So he's just going through drawers of pre-made pieces.
That was how they did it, right? Like the technology got to a certain part where they build it how they like. But I think the idea is that they have so many parts to choose from. Like everyone does usually have like a pretty unique lightsaber. And, but that being said, I mean, I think like there's emphasis put on the masters being able to like craft their own unique thing compared to like some of the Padawans out there. And
well, it's also interesting in that regard to that, where I feel like the Jedi Order specifically maybe was kind of bound to all these parts and stuff, specifically through like Hu Yang.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas obviously Luke didn't do that when he built his saber.
Yeah.
So he must have fabricated his own parts.
Yeah, you must.
Or
have
Ezra when he made the blaster saber combo, which is pretty unique.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. As long as they can fabricate their own part, then like, dude, let's say that. Now this is going to be messing with two different universes now, but let's say Ezra had the that fabrication thing from Iron Man. He could spin out whatever lightsaber hilt he wanted, right, and then just pop the Kyber crystal in. But that's where I'm at, where it's like he had to use pieces, right? I know that there's people out there that they're like, I have an idea for a lightsaber, and I would like to see that come to real life.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to be able to bring to that person.
Yeah.
Do you do engravings too?
Dude, yeah, I'll engrave whatever you need. Yeah, and here's the cool part too. Every other company that's out there is going to charge you like what, $20, $30, up to $50 for engraving. I'll engrave whatever you want for free. This is a part of the stuff that makes us better.
That's a big
you
part.
buy a lightsaber that's over 500. You buy a lightsaber that's over $500. I'll ship it out with a hard locking case.
About your lightsaber being a different color, is that story true? That you
the purple lightsaber?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first got that job, I didn't know what I was going to do. When I said I wanted to be in Star Wars, George invited me over to the ranch. I got over and told him, look, I just want to be in the movie. I'll be a stormtrooper. You can put me in one of those white suits. Let me run across the screen. Nobody needs to know that but me. And I'll be happy. And he's like, no, we'll figure out something. So I got over here, and he made me a Jedi. And I was pleased. I did some scenes with Yoda, and I did some scenes with Liam, and everything was great. And then I came back the next year, and I was like, okay, he didn't kill me off. And we had this big arena fight scene with all these Jedi in there fighting or whatever. And I was like, well, shit, I want to be able to find myself. in this big old scene. So I said to George, you think maybe I can get a purple lightsaber? And he's like, lightsabers are green or lightsabers are red. And I'm like, yeah, but I want a purple one. You know, I'm like the second baddest Jedi in the universe next to Yoda. You think? He said, let me think about it. And when I came back to do reshoots, he said, I'm gonna show you something. It's already causing a shitstorm online. And he had the purple lightsaber, and I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah. So I could find myself in that big fight scene in the middle of that, you know. There's like 300 lightsabers in there. There I am right there.
I love those Lucas talks like they're real things.
They make the purple one now.
Oh, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, they make it. Oh, hang on.
Wow. There you go. That's the expensive one.
Awesome. No, there's nothing to do with it. It just...
What?
Well, there's a couple things you can do with it, and one of them would be give it to me. That's someone in the office would be.
You know,
so
can I just say,
upset.
someone in the office is
someone in the office is gonna be really pissed.
There you go.
I'll touch it, it'll be worth more.
How's it feel?
You know who would love this?
My son.
Oh, if you hit it, it does things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it makes noise.
Yeah.
Look at that.
If my son had that, I would be decapitated.
He does.
No.
I have the real one at home that has bad motherfucking head.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You look good. See, she's auditioning.
I'm
She's auditioning.
Job is in.
It's like going up for bat, isn't it?
Yeah, you can be.
Like that?
Oh, yeah.
This is amazing. This gives you power.
Yeah, you look good with it.
His personally engraved lightsaber.
Personally engraved. That's right. That's why I pulled it up. It's the personal engraving section that got me thinking. Like, oh, I know what Samuel Jackson has on his lightsaber.
Oh man! So if you want the authentic,
I can put that on there for you if you want it.
I was gonna say,
I can put that on there.
You got to sell some Mace Windu exclusives and have that written on there, and take it to conventions and have this video playing.
You gift it to him and see what he says with the engraving on it.
Oh yeah,
get it live.
You know what? That's a good idea. That's a damn good idea. I'm okay. Just so you understand that, I'm actually holding a Mace Windu lightsaber in my hand right now.
Oh, turn it on. Maybe we can hear it. I don't know if the sound canceling will do it or not. But
okay, hold on. Let me see here. Can you hear it? I might have to talk while I'm doing it.
Oh yeah, I think it's all being cut out by the sound. we'll make it with our.
There you go.
And then what you gotta do is put the sound chip on there of Samuel Jackson saying, "I'm a bad mother."
Yeah.
I would love that when the blade comes out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a bad mother.
It triggers it.
Yeah,
there I am right there.
I bet you those would sell.
Yeah, you turn it on. It's got to play a sound effect like "surprise, mother." Something like that.
Sam Jackson.
Do you want to know what's awesome? The best thing about the SNV4 Pixel, you can make that and put that into your own saber. And here's the cool part: after it's done being made, you can go online and sell it to other people for like $10.
Dang.
Oh, nice.
There you
I
go.
guess because then you kind of like edited the chips, you can just sell the code.
And now everyone who's listening just got our idea.
That's right.
I even had one font that was made where it was Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it says, "I will do what I must," and then it lights up the saber.
That's awesome.
So that one I had made. Yeah.
That's great. You can play music while it's like, on there as well, right?
Oh yeah, dude. You can have music playing from Star Wars, everything. My favorite, and I think I talked about this before with and Francis has been a guest on the show. Well, the first time that I actually met Francis, he was a customer, and it turns out we're great friends now. We're great friends, and he comes over to the house. He's buying a lightsaber, and I pull out the Darth Vader, and his favorite character is Darth Vader, and so I started playing the music, and it's doing the freaking the John Williams, nice. da 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 da. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I lit up the saber, and I swung it around, and while the music's playing, it does a. And Francis, I literally went to tears. He goes, "This is what I've always wanted."
Wow.
And now it's here. And so yeah.
Dreams do come true.
I just love it.
That's awesome. All right, I want to change gears here and start asking you guys some Star Wars questions, just general things for people to kind of get to know maybe some of your favorite things, and Alex, if you've got any opinions on any of this stuff too, feel free to pipe up as well. And Dan, man, you go for it. Blake, maybe we can all just kind of go through these. But first one is your personal favorite lightsaber in the movies. Kyle, maybe you can kick things off. What's your personal favorite lightsaber, and also, do you sell it?
Oh damn. My personal favorite is all of them.
Nice.
No, as a salesman, yeah, I love them all equally. If you were to ask me my personal favorite one that we sell, it would be the Princess Leia. I absolutely love it, and it even has a floating blade. Like, two of the actors from Star Wars got that one. Ming was one of them.
That is a nice looking
so
saber.
it would be that.
Yeah.
But
it's the one thing that Rise of Skywalker got right.
Okay.
That is, you're right. No, but if you were to say my favorite lightsaber from the movie, are you just talking movies or what are we talking?
Oh, in general.
Like
if you were to
thing?
in Star Wars, just in Star Wars as a whole, what's your favorite lightsaber?
Probably, I know it's going to be weird. I know a lot of people are probably going to say Yoda.
Wow.
I love his lightsaber, man.
It is cool. I mean, it's quite
I love how tiny it is.
It's quite small.
My favorite part is how big my hands look when I'm holding it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So nimble, a little lightsaber.
It's like a little shank.
I'm such a tiny dude. It looks so big in my hand.
A shiv, a lightsaber shiv. Alex, what is your favorite lightsaber?
I would say it's Boon Kestis. I just love the way it looks and how it feels when you hold the hilt. Because it has a nice, I don't know if you've seen an image of it, but apparently it's I believe it's from Cal Kestis Fallen Order.
Yeah, the Cal Kestis lightsaber from Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor. That's a good one.
Is there an official one? Because there's so much customizability in that game.
So he uses the same lightsaber through the whole game.
There is an official one.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't call it the Cal Kestis. It's called the Boon Kestis because it is a conceptual piece. Supposedly it's canon, and it's a conceptual piece of him being a desert wanderer.
Oh, cool.
And that's where the Boon Kestis comes from. So I don't know if you've seen it. It is one of our best lightsabers. Alex really did pick out one of the most sexiest lightsaber hilts that we have.
Black and has fabric on it.
Has the leather that ties on the fabric.
That's a sweet looking
The
one.
funny thing is, a lot of people assume it's Rey's lightsaber when they see it in person. They always say, "Is this Rey?" I'm like, "No, it's not. it's a lot longer than Rey's, I believe."
Right.
A lot longer. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, Rey's is quite stubby and looks like a I don't know, small flashlight or something like that.
You get 4 hands on that thing.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Dang.
You have 3 Yoda sabers in there.
It's 5, dude.
Yeah, 5.
Oh,
yeah. There you go. Yeah, Dan, what's your favorite lightsaber?
I didn't really have one before this, but just looking at the website, I gotta go. I think Boon Kestis is pretty dope looking, and then the other one that really caught my eye is the Count Dooku's lightsaber, just because it's like kind of unique, with the curve, and it's like nice black and silver.
That Dooku that you see on our website right now is actually the Jedi Dooku. Now, we do have the Sith Dooku, but that one that you're looking at right now is the Jedi Dooku. See, we have so much stuff coming out and happening that we are behind in trying to get these things online. So we actually do have...
I said, yes, that's very true. It's just I haven't had time to update the website.
It's just us two that do all this stuff. So, I mean, we don't have a team that goes and like, all right, I'm going to pay you a bunch of money to put this online. No, I'm going to save my customers a bunch of money, and it may take us a little longer, but we'll get there.
So, Blake, what is your favorite lightsaber?
So we talked about it briefly when Kyle was first talking about his company a few episodes back, but I've always really liked the Starkiller lightsaber from the first game with the exposed Kyber crystal.
Kyle's got that too.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was actually one of Alex's first favorites.
Well, I like the Boon one as well. So we're all a happy family.
You have to see them in person, though.
Oh yeah, and you know what? In December, if you guys end up coming to the local studio here, then we can sample them out and get some good audio bites of the sound effects that are on these things, because I'm sure people would want to hear those. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, in person. That's a sweet.
You know
lightsaber.
what? You know what? We'll bring down a big box. Of all of our sample hilts for replicas. You guys can see a bunch of different ones from the movies.
Oh, let's do it.
That'd be awesome.
And as I was going to say, I built my own custom saber. It doesn't light up or anything, just the hilts out of plumbing parts.
Yeah.
I just want to do it as a project, similar to how they did the actual props for the original films. So I'll bring that out and you guys take a look at that too.
Yeah, maybe you can design off of that. I'll throw in my personal favorite lightsaber. I've always been very nostalgic for the Episode 2 Anakin Skywalker lightsaber with the little red and green lights on it. That one's always been a personal favorite of mine. And I think it's just nostalgic for me because Attack of the Clones was sort of the big movie when I was like the prime age, young child age for Star Wars. All the toys for that were coming out like, wildfire. I remember my Halloween costume one year was the flick out flashlight style lightsaber. That was it. That was the lightsaber hilt. That was Anakin Episode 2, and I still have this little brown robe that this little cape that would tie around your neck, and it had the little hood. I still have that.
Yeah, I've seen you wear that around the house.
Yeah, it now looks like a bib. Okay, favorite Star Wars movie. Kyle, we start with you. What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, okay. Like I'm a Jedi in everything. But let's be real. Empire Strikes Back. I loved it. It's the best.
Awesome.
No, I agree with you. I'd say
Rogue
the same
One.
thing, so.
Rogue
One. Nice. That's a good one too.
That's my brother-in-law's favorite too. Yeah. Dan.
Dan's gone.
Dan had to go.
Dan? Oh.
See you, Dan.
Yeah, he had to go. Yeah.
All right. Blake.
Empire Strikes Back. Just such a classic.
Yeah, I do it.
I will go with Revenge of the Sith. I'm big on the prequels, and I absolutely love that movie to death. Second to that would be Phantom Menace, I think. Yeah, I love Return of the Jedi too. That's
okay. Hold on. There is Attack of the Clones. My favorite one to sit down and watch would be Empire, but the one that hits home the most would have to be Attack of the Clones. So I've got two. I'm sorry, I have two.
That's fair. I think we're allowed to love as many movies as we want.
Yeah. I mean, we might have our favorite Star Wars movie, but what is the best lightsaber duel, Kyle?
Oh, okay. Well, before I answer that, what I'm going to do too is when we go on into the studio, I'm going to bring in actual cells from the original Star Wars movies.
Cool.
Like from one of the big theater spools that they used to have or something, hey?
Yeah. There was a
awesome.
guy that I met that had all all these films and stuff, and this is what he does. He buys the film, cuts up the certain sections, and then sells the actual cells.
That's
so cool. I met this guy and I was like, I need to own this.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
So anyway, best lightsaber battle. I'd have to go Obi Annie Mustafar.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the it's I can't say that because the battle versus in Phantom Menace it really played out to make the world what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's tough for me. It's between those two as well.
It's very hard.
Those are two very huge
yeah. I can't pick
just from a choreography point of view. Yeah. Choreography point of view only. Like, how would you pick a favorite there?
If it's choreography point of view, then Mustafar.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Obi Annie.
Alex.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a favorite, Alex?
Sorry, I don't. This is where I'm not geeking out as much.
They're all good.
They're all good.
They're very enjoyable. Yes.
Yeah.
I think this is why I love her.
I think it goes Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, your Duel of Fates.
Yeah, I think so. Just because the unique choreography with Maul.
When we go into the studio, I'll bring my Duel of Fate shirt.
Oh, let's do it. I'll wear my Maul shirt. We'll get a picture together.
Mall party.
That's right.
Oh hell yeah!
That's how Star Wars fans party at the mall.
We'll call it a mauling.
Yeah.
We could do that. Oh wait! You know what? I'm gonna send you a picture of Darth Maul on vacation. Okay,
Nice.
There was this guy. He was from the 501st. We were in
Grand Con.
Oh, we were in Grand Con. Okay, so we're up in Grand Prairie. And I leave, the convention's over for the day. I go back to the hotel, and we were getting ready to go out to eat. and there's this guy standing on the side of the road, and I saw him in full gear. He's part of the 501st, and he was dressed as Darth Maul, but I see him standing on the corner with like a Walmart shopping bag with a pair of freaking like khaki shorts.
Nice.
And a t-shirt and full face makeup with full headgear too.
Darth just got back from the mall.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
This was vacation mall.
I think my favorite lightsaber duel is also the Darth Maul, the Duel of Fates.
It's pretty unique.
You know, it's just so unique. There's nothing else like it, and I feel like
it's a close call though with Revenge of the Sith.
It is. Revenge of the Sith does have an insanely good duel at the end there. It's incredibly hard to pick between the two of them, but you know.
Well, you got to think too that's where the Obi-Annie, you know, became the Obi-Annie. And it was because Hayden Christensen created that move for that movie.
You're talking about his
that's
spin behind the back move?
Yeah. The
Josh
Obi-Annie
loves
spin.
that move. He does it all the time.
His signature.
You know what, Josh, I will teach you how to do that when I go into the studio. That's my favorite move to do.
I can do it.
We'll do it before and after.
Oh, you can already do it? Can you do two hands? Can you do two hands?
Oh, that is, I only own one lightsaber, so that is, I've never actually tried, but I guess we'll find out.
Bring a bunch down for you.
Lightsaber fighting forms. This is a big thing in lore. You know, lots of different forms that the Jedi sort of fought with in their day. There is Form 1, Shi-Cho. Form 2, Makashi. So that is sort of like Count Dooku. Form 3, Sora Su, which is believed to be Obi-Wan Kenobi's fighting style. There's a Taru, which is Yoda's. And there's Xian and Jem So, which is Anakin Skywalker. And his, I don't know if Ahsoka uses that as well. I think Ahsoka uses that too.
Yeah, she does, but she switches.
She switches, right. Form 6 is Neman. That is Darth Maul, double-bladed lightsaber. And Form 7, which is Juyo or Vapad fighting style, which is what Mace Windu uses, among with a variety of others, which you know we've sort of seen undescribed fighting styles from the likes of Cal Kestis in the Jedi Fallen Order series and so on and so forth. But I just wanted to throw it out to the room. What is your favorite fighting style?
Alex, go.
Thanks.
I think we stumped her with that one.
That was awesome.
I'm just going to go with my favorite character, which is probably Ahsoka.
That's fair. So be 5, I think. Form 5, is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's 4 and 5. Yeah. Okay, mine is a mix between Annie and Balin.
So that would probably be
Balin's not even on that freaking list.
Yeah, I was gonna just
Balin's
ask.
not even on that list, dude.
Right.
A custom, like a unique style.
I'm looking at a site here which says that Balin is using Form 5 as a base. So I think you're right in there with Alex on that one, with Form 5 being your favorite.
All right, I'll go with that.
I always liked Mace Windu's. Was it Juyo?
Vapad.
That's it.
Form 7.
And I always liked that because the old lore was that Mace Windu created it by trying to create a more aggressive stance, but no one else in the order was allowed to do it because with fighting more aggressively, it could lead to the dark side. So that's also kind of where his purple saber is supposed to go. Kind of the old.
That's
lore.
that's it. Hey, we could also say, like, look, even at the end, remember, he was going to kill the Emperor.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
He was going to do it, and the Emperor didn't have a weapon, so he was just going to freaking execute him.
And I think that
had to do with
his form, where it is all about using your enemy's strength against them and trying to turn it on them.
I just think it's because he knew he's so powerful. He knew he was powerful enough to do it right now and sacrifice his mindset to do this.
I think I'm right in there with everyone else with Form 5. That's probably my favorite, nicest to look at on screen as well.
You don't like Yoda's flips?
I mean, I think I'm a little incapable of replicating such moves, but I don't know. I mean, it's cool. I just it's also a very aggressive form though. and but heavily relies on force-assisted acrobatics. So yeah, I mean, Ataru is also pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, I'm kind of torn actually, you know, between 4 and 5, but I would say maybe like closer to 5, I guess, which is a bit more mean, you know, a bit more mean on the face. Out of the various colors of Kyber crystals, if you were to walk into a cave on Ilum and get a Kyber crystal, what color would it be?
Mine would be light blue. I'm calling it now. Light blue.
That's exactly what mine would be.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, because it's considered like Arctic blue, right?
Yeah, mine.
Yeah,
is
that's always my
Arctic
first
blue.
choice.
Yeah.
Well, we're so
Dude,
original.
on the Pixel Sabers, it looks so good.
Yeah, it's the
you know, when
brightest.
you're like a dark blue, that's nice. That's nice. But when you're that light Arctic blue, like last night walking around for Halloween, I had an Arctic blue and a light purple, and people were freaking out.
Nice.
That's awesome. See, like if I were to have another one, it would probably be like neon green or something. But Arctic blue is like definitely easily my favorite.
It's always my first choice too.
Yeah. Alex, what's your favorite pick here?
I'm gonna be boring and say white.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, like
that's a rarity.
That's a very unique.
Wait. Hold on, because you're Sith. So what do you wait? What white?
You're Sith.
Really?
Wow. I'm gonna tell.
Yeah.
Next time my wife's talking to me, and I'm like, "You're Sith."
Only a
That's
Sith.
not what I like to call you. You like the dark side.
I
like
do,
order.
but I don't really. I'm not really a true Sith, right? I like to do my own thing, so that's why I'm like white is kind of neutral between like bad and good, in my opinion.
All right. Okay. Fair. Yeah. That's like a gray Jedi or a gray Force wielder.
Out of your favorite top 3 video games in which lightsaber duels were handled well, which one stands out as the best to you? Which maybe what are those top 3? You know, just in general. You know, what do you like about it?
Ooh. Okay. I would go Force Unleashed 1, and then Jedi Survivor. Well, I mean the Vader, because you have all your power, so I have to say the Vader one because you're really like challenging power to power.
Gotcha. So Vader versus the Secret Apprentice, and what are your other two?
Yeah, that would I do. Okay. Oh wait. I'm forgetting Battlefront. Oh my god. Okay, in Battlefront, when you get the character of Luke and you're running around and all of a sudden you pop into Vader, like there you can have some dope battles, but those are player-based battles. So it's, you know, it's not like a NPC you're fighting that battle. But I would have to say, okay, it would 100% go Force Unleashed 1, Vader battle, Battlefield, if you meet up with your exact counterpart battle. You know what? Then I would go, you know what? I gotta say, man, the Kyle Katarn, you know, when you're training.
All right.
Just because I'm Kyle, so I gotta say that one.
There you go.
I have not played a single game, so I don't have an answer to that one.
No worries.
Probably Force Unleashed as well, just because that one I feel like you had it was playing a game that felt the closest like you're an actual force user. The last time I played through it, it was right after I went through the Star Wars Jedi Academy game where Luke is the Grandmaster. And the final battle of that, you have even more force power options, and you're fighting this woman who I guess she's like a pseudo Sith. She's like a leader of a cult. And in that, I enjoyed that one a lot, and I especially loved that it was a difficult battle, but because the game was from 2000, they had really bad pathing for the AI, so you could kind of just jump over stuff to get away really easily and just kind of kite them around.
So it's your favorite because you like to cheat at it.
That's right.
So my top 3, I've got to pick. One of them is definitely from the Game Boy Advanced version of Revenge of the Sith, and specifically Game Boy. You know, because like this game, back in the day when they adapted movies into the game format, they don't really do that anymore. But because the Game Boy edition was so different from like the PS, 1 or 2, whatever was out at the time. And so on and so forth, right? So it was a vastly different experience, and the Game Boy edition was so unique, and maybe you can like look it up at some point and you can check it out. But very, very cool sort of platform style side-scrolling game, and the duels were reminiscent of Street Fighter games, but they created some intricate sort of learning curve to anytime you went up against a boss. And I remember Sindralig being like a very strong opponent. He had an apprentice, which was like unique for the game, It was like the one level which you had to like fight two different lightsaber users at the same time, and they would kind of like swap in after each other, sort of thing. It was pretty awesome. So I remember that being like a highlight. I really enjoyed the most recent Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor games. I've got to say the best other two duels I can think of were probably somewhere in there. Can't exactly pick a favorite, only because there's so many that happen. The one that stands out to me though is against, I think it was like the Ninth Sister or something, or Seventh, whatever her name is.
In the first one.
There's one that happens kind of towards the end of the game, and it was just so good. And Vader pops up, and it's awesome. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, the Night Sister was one of the earlier ones, because the Night Sister was like the big, huge one, right?
Yeah, the Night Sister, it becomes an ally, Marin. That was a good duel. Though.
Yeah. That's right, because you don't actually kill her.
No. Yeah, she becomes like a main part of the cast. That's right. Yeah. But the duel that happens on Dathomir with that dark Jedi, Terran Malicos, I think is his name.
That sounds right.
That was really good as well.
He was like a fallen Jedi because he's been on Dathomir for so long.
Yeah, and he's got like Jedi powers mixed with Dathomirian witch magic. It was so cool. I was like, I love the creative aspect that goes behind this duel. So those have got to be my favorites.
Hold on, is that the guy where he actually bleeds the crystal right in front of you?
No, that was in the second game. And that was the High Republic era Jedi that kind of comes out of carbon freeze, or comes out of the Bacta tank.
That's right. Yeah,
okay. He bleeds his lightsaber crystal from yellow to orange, I believe, because he's not a Sith, right? But he's like semi-unsuccessful. But it makes you wonder, because like Balin and Shin have orange lightsabers, so maybe that's how they did it as well. They intentionally bled it to
I was about to say the same thing.
Orange, right? Yeah, it was very.
They weren't strong enough to go all the way.
A bit of an eye opener for it was appropriate that the game came out a couple weeks before, or a couple months before the series came out, because then I think a lot of people were able to kind of comprehend, that's why the lightsabers are orange, right?
Well, that's one of my favorite things now, actually, is because the bad guys were always red. The good guys are now purple, yellow, green, blue, like light blue, like you know what I mean?
So many options.
And the bad guys were red.
Yeah.
Okay,
and now the bad guys are like, we're not so bad.
Yeah.
Well, we're bad. Yeah.
We're just sort of bad. So when they released advertising for the High Republic stuff, isn't there Jedi with orange sabers?
No. Yellow. Yellow, purple, white, blue, green. I think that's every color that they advertise
in that game. Yeah.
In the High Republic, sort of
comics and
stuff. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Jedi Survivor though. Yeah. They were technically the first sort of cinematic style appearance, I believe, of a in canon story mode, an orange lightsaber. Although in the first game, I do recall you could make Cal Kestis's lightsaber orange if you wanted to, but it was just like a choice that was kind of a player-based decision, not necessarily like a forced kind of part of the story.
It was a found crystal too, right? Like wouldn't have been.
Yeah, like in the game, you role play as Cal, right? So like when you go to Ilum, you get to fix the lightsaber, and you get to choose a color when you build the lightsaber again, because you get to customize it and stuff like that. So technically in the canon, like his lightsaber is always going to be blue, but as a player, you can make the decision to make it like pink or whatever, right? So
you know what? That's what weirded me out in Survivor. Like I got 10 crystals already.
Yeah.
I could choose. I could have a freaking staff, and they're purple. Like I just
popping these things in like Smarties.
Yeah. For me, I didn't get that.
KOTOR, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Just go into a cave and just get all the colors.
Do I just carry these around with me?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I got killed and all the Kyber crystals I have on me? Like, let's just let the pirates have them.
One last question for you guys, for you and Alex. Where are you guys going next? Conventions that you've been at recently, and kind of where are you headed next?
All right, I'm gonna let Alex actually answer that, because she is the one that organizes pretty much all of our trips. So, all right, Alex.
Thanks, man. We are probably going to hit the same ones we hit this year, plus hopefully a few more. The next one for sure is in Vancouver in February. But we're hoping to also get into Portland. That's in January. but that's in working process. And then there's the new ones that we hope to get into also includes WonderCon down in, I believe, in California. And then there's Chicago as well as Winnipeg and Niagara Falls. So those are the new ones that we hope to make it to for 2024.
Here's the thing too. We're going literally from how many we did this year. Now, don't forget, we only started 2 years ago. So the first year, we never did any conventions. The second year, we did, I don't even know how many, okay? But we are doubling up for next year. We are now going to double our traveling. So dude, I would be at a hotel and I'd be like, God, man, what floor am I on? I forget. I've been in like 20 hotels already this year. I forget where I'm at.
They all look the same.
So this is going to be... every single one does. But yeah, so who knows, man? We're gonna be doubling up.
That's super cool. So hopefully lots of listeners out there will be attending these events and they can come meet you in person.
Exactly.
Oh, and again, if anybody that's listening and comes and sees us at an event, I'll give you $10 off anything on the table.
Amazing.
Ooh.
There you go. Awesome. Thanks, Kyle. What are maybe you and Alex? What are your social handles that people can follow ALKY Solutions and see what's new and stay on top of the latest lightsabers?
Okay, well, ALKY, we are obviously on Etsy. We're star sellers, so come check us out on Etsy. And we also have our website, which is made by Alex. Everything has been done by Alex, so you can come and check it out. And that there is ALKYSolutions.com. So you can catch us there. And if you're in the lower mainland and you want to get a lightsaber, just message us. My phone number's on there. Just shoot me a text and we'll help get you set up, and we'll get it set up so that you're not paying a shipping price. If you're outside the lower mainland and you're listening to this podcast, just let us know, man, and let's see what we can do to make sure that you get it for, the best price possible.
Awesome. And you guys are on Instagram with the handle at ALKY Solutions, right?
That is correct. Sorry, I forgot. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. We are on... I'm trying to get the Twitter working, but I don't understand Twitter, so I'm 42.
Maybe I can help you out at some point. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. My birthday's this month, so yeah, I'm 42 this month. So I don't get that crap. But we're also on Facebook, which Facebook's been around since I was young.
Fair enough. Well, you get along with the TikTok fine, so yeah, you're doing well. Even I don't do the TikTok.
Thank you. My highest viewed video yet is 5.9 million views.
Nice. Oh, there you go.
Gonna transfer that into sales.
Yeah, gonna transfer that into sales. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a lot of lightsabers.
Well, it was when I was working at Harley Davidson and we dropped a pole in the ground and there was a lot of water in the hole, and it just made for an interesting video. We'll leave it at that.
Fair enough.
Awesome. Blake, any last things you want to bring up?
No, just that it was great chatting with you and kind of getting some details on all the sweet lightsaber options and stuff that can be set up. Look forward to seeing some in person here and chatting about all the individual sabers in the follow-up episode.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to have some great fun, buddy, when I bring them down and you get to light all these different ones up and check them all out. You're going to have fun. So we're going to have a good time in December.
It's going to be like Christmas at the Jedi Temple.
Awesome. Well, Kyle, Alex, thank you both so much for coming on and giving us the highlight of ALKY Solutions and chatting lightsabers and Kyber crystals and so much more. And we will see you in another episode in the near future, and for sure again in December for sort of ALKY Part 2, and when we get our hands on these things physically.
Oh yeah. We are definitely looking forward to it, and we absolutely love the Star Wars Escape Pod. You guys are some of the best out there for Star Wars and for just being there for the Star Wars fans. It's the same as us. I think that's why we mesh so well together, and I can't wait for our next episode.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kyle. I appreciate that a lot.
Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Alex.
Yes, thank you. It was great chatting with you guys. It's always great chatting with fellow fans. You really get the heart-to-heart
talk
of Star Wars.
For sure. We've had some good times
Especially
already.
Weird ones like us, you know what I'm saying?
That's all of us.
Yeah, that's fair.
We'll see you out there. Keep flying.
All right, to all our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. All the links are in the description below. We'll have them down there. Big thank you to Kyle and Alex for coming on and joining us on Star Wars Escape Pod, and to our co-host Blake as well for coming on each week and joining us for the show. Definitely take a look for our next upcoming subjects on the podcast. We've got a few scheduled, and you'll see those popping up every week on I think Mondays now. We're gonna move back to Mondays, start releasing these episodes on Monday night / Tuesday. So definitely join the Discord, hit us up with your handle at SW Escape Podcast, and we will see you in the next episode of Star Wars Escape Pod. May the Force be with you.